Okay. Good evening, class.
Good evening, madam.
Class. Okay, welcome to our Nutrition in the Lifespan class. This unit is called Nutrition in the Lifespan, right? So I am Madam Masimana, and I'm going to take you through adolescence. Our topic for today is adolescence. And in adolescence, you're going to look at the following objectives. But before we look at the objectives, let us just recap on what we handled last time. So last time we looked at introduction to adolescence. We defined terms in adolescence. We also looked at the body changes that occur in boys and girls during adolescence. And I gave you an assignment on different health problems that are faced by adolescents, and I received the assignments. I have marked them, and I'll be giving you back the scripts after this lesson. So let's go to our objectives. So our objectives of today is, by the end of the lesson, you should be able to state the importance of nutrition for adolescents. You are able to identify nutrition requirements for adolescents and describe the factors that influence dietary intake of adolescents. Are we together? Yes, I think we're together. So, what are some of the importance of nutrition during adolescence? Before I show you that, can anyone tell us any importance of nutrition during adolescence? Austin?
I think it's important to help them in growth and development.
Yeah, that is correct. You can appreciate Austin. So, among the importance we have for energy provision, we know very well that without provision of energy, no function in our bodies can occur. For example, the functions I'm talking about are like movement, respiration, digestion, all that need energy. Another reason for importance of nutrition is immunity functions. We eat so as to gain immunity. So the food that you eat are going to determine the immunity functions in your body, whether your immunity is going to be strong or not strong. And you know some of the foods that we're going to look at them in our next slide. Then functioning of body processes, as I've said before, functioning such as respiration, digestion, general movements of the body. Those are some of the functions that happen due to good nutrition. Then we also have growth and development. During this time, we know that adolescents are undergoing rapid growth. We have maturation of sex organs. They are becoming taller. Ladies are becoming curvier. So it is essential to provide them with good nutrition. So what are some of the nutrition requirements for adolescents? We have proteins, and in the beginning of the lesson, we talked about some of the nutrients. In the beginning of the topic, those were two classes before. We talked about proteins, which are good proteins are good for growth and development. We talked about fats. Fats can provide you with energy. We have carbohydrates, which is also a good source of energy. Then we also have vitamins and minerals, and in particular, the ones that you're going to look at here are zinc, iron, and calcium. This is because of the different body processes that are happening during this period of adolescence. So there is a picture, and I would like at this juncture to have an interaction with you. So can anyone just tell me what they can see in the picture? Anything you're seeing in the picture? Kyoko?
Yes, bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomatoes.
We have tomatoes.
We also have bread.
Yeah.
We also have eggplant. Yeah.
So these ones are just classified into different food groups that we eat and we are expected to eat in our day-to-day life. So we have the bananas and the vegetables and fruits classified under vitamins and minerals. Then we have potatoes, beans, bread, rice, pasta, which are classified under carbohydrates, which are starchy foods. Then we have the dairy milk, soya drink, butter, cheese. Those are classified under the proteins. No, those are classified under proteins and also low fat. And you also have a piece of chicken, fish, eggs, which are classified under proteins. And then at the edges of the diagram, you can see they have told you to eat less of the biscuits and crisps. Those are called the refined foods. So we discourage them during this point because of the weight gains and the changes that occur during this place that can lead them to add a lot of weight. Are we together up to there? Any questions?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let us look at some of the factors that influence dietary intake. Some of the factors that influence dietary intake in adolescence. So what are some of these factors? We have lack of knowledge. They do not understand or incline towards eating the refined foods and doing most of the junking. So most of them will prefer junk food to what? To the healthy foods. We have socioeconomic status. This is whereby we look at the income of the family. Are they able to afford the healthy foods? And if they afford the healthy foods, is it able to meet the requirements of the whole family or just an individual? Then you have poor food habits. For example, most of them are going to prefer eating the foods that are not really nutrition dense. So they're going to prefer junking instead of eating the healthy foods like vegetables and fruits. We have health status of an individual. This is whereby we look at the general health status of this individual. Is this person healthy? If they're going to eat, is this food going to affect, is this food being utilized in the body, or they have any other conditions that are going to hinder utilization of these nutrients in their body? Then we have, the last one is bad cooking habits. For example, those people who overboil their food, you make their, maybe, for example, use the example of vegetables. They cook their vegetables till it's brown. This one is going to affect. This is a factor that will influence dietary intake of adolescents. Because with bad cooking at this stage, adolescents are very choosy, and when you present food that is not appealing, they might not be able to indulge in the food or even enjoy the food. After that, do you have any question?
No question.
Okay, I have a picture here of this is just a picture. It is not how a healthy adolescent is supposed to look, but from the picture you can see they are smiling, they are active, their health status looks good. So this is just an example of a healthy adolescent. So in conclusion, adolescent stage is an important stage and a milestone in all human beings. At one point or another, each one of us was able to go through this process. And without good nutrition, I don't think most of us will be where we are right now. And the care and support given to individuals at this stage is really important. If you don't provide these adolescents with healthy foods that are going to enable them to achieve good growth and development, then their future is going to be affected due to this lack of nutrients. So before we conclude this class, I have an assignment for you. In groups of 5, discuss techniques and 5 importance of nutrition education and counseling of the youth. After that, our next class, we are going to tackle adulthood. So read ahead and make short notes so that when you come to class, we can just pick up from there, discuss about adulthood. Thank you for attending this class and have a good evening.
Thank you too.
Evening.
So thank you guys. Austin, are we good?